So I'm sitting here thinking, you know, as I usually do, about um, the types of people that exist who may be able to anticipate the future. And just so I can break this down a little bit further, it's like the happenstance of what the time in front of you has a potential to make come to fruition. Now, um, if you were this type of person that could kind of tell the future, be a soothsayer, be a fortune teller, whatever the case may be, that means nothing really surprises you. That means, you know, you can't expect the unexpected. You have a level of certainty when it comes to life, when it comes to what the future holds, right? And so, and I mean this across like any kind of domain, whether it be like an event, a situation, people, places, circumstances, consequences, whatever. And so, for the most part, if things go your way, you wouldn't try to prevent it. So we're not even gonna talk about when things go right, but we're gonna talk about when things go wrong. And when things go wrong, it's not about how do I stop it? How do I prevent this from happening? No, it's about actually just handling whatever situation comes up. That's really what it's about. Dealing with possibility, but it's no longer possibility. It's dealing with certainty. So, like, for instance, look at it like this. Something that I know all or a lot of people probably deal with. This example. So, you know that if you've been eating bad for like the last 3 days, you've been pretty much eating like junk food. But you're gonna go that fourth day and you're gonna go, let me try some cake today. And it's chocolate cake. And it's like your favorite cake or whatever. But you know that if you eat that cake, that one slice of cake, by the end of the day, your motherfucking head gonna be hurting. But you go, I'm gonna go and try this cake. I'm gonna go and eat it, even though it's gonna jack me up. Even though I know there's the potential for me to have a headache. Because I done went one too many over on the junk food. A lot of people do that. A lot of people willing to suffer that headache, and a lot of people will go ahead and try to prevent that headache up front before it even happens. So these are the three type of people that I'm talking about. The one that is just willing to pay the consequences and just joyfully go through it, not even pay attention to their body, not listen to what's going on internally. And so they go ahead and eat the chocolate cake, and then the headache get there, and they just nonchalant about it, like whatever, just take it, maybe even go to sleep or something, right? Then you got the other group that uses experience, like, oh yeah, I know I've eaten in the past, and went 3 days. I ate an extra piece of junk food that next day, and then it was all downhill from there because I got a headache. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this pill before this headache get here, and we gonna be good. And so the other group is the one that uses experiences, and they already know it's coming. They feel it in their heart and soul and their whole being that, oh yeah, this headache is gonna take place. But yet they don't do nothing about it, and they go ahead and let the headache happen, and then they take the preventative precaution, which is to pop a pill or whatever. So to me, I guess what I really want to point out is how that we all take our Tylenol or our Aleve or our aspirin for different situations that we know are going there's going to be a consequence we have to pay as a result of going down this particular path. And those, people, those type of people, those three parameters, you can select from which one you want to be a part of, right? And so a lot of us have made our choice as a habitual thing, and yet some of us still suffer for it. We're still willing to go through the headache. Some of us are willing to prevent it before it happens, and some of us are just like whatever about it. And so the type of mentality that you have to go through is just based off your particular choice at that particular time. And I guess I could go ahead and tell y'all which camp I'm a part of. I'm more a part of that camp that suffers the headache and then takes the preventative measure after. And most people probably would say that's kind of stupid, you know. Why not just go ahead and take the Tylenol, you know, because you know it's gonna happen. Why why you letting this pain happen to you? So if you could prevent it, you could prevent it two ways. You could prevent it before you eat the chocolate cake, and you could prevent it before the headache starts. You got two opportunities to basically dodge a bullet, and you take neither. This could be looked at as stupid, you know. But at the same time, this is not to, you know, build up a tolerance to pain or anything like that. And most people would say it's difficult to actually identify this is actually happening with your body. And it's hard to identify that this is actually the future, right? So if it's hard to identify in the future, that means you actually have to go through that pain in order to see if it's actually going to happen, right? If you can actually predict the future. And so, in what instances can you do that? And when you get it right, would you be willing to then correct it by either not eating the cake or taking that preventative medicine before it actually happens, before that pain actually kicks in? It's really what people would say about it, right? And so the most peculiar thing about this whole rant, whole conversation that I'm having is that the people that are willing to identify it and then talk about it, what does this say about them?